that'll be staking the bottom will be the two of us. Where the crew here is doing as much. What did Alden say? Get the system and then send it.
Yeah, just send it.
We're all about sending this project.
All right, well,
let's do it.
Let's send it. Okay.
So what I'm saying is that instead of having the fence all the way down here, maybe lift the fence up here.
Yeah.
And then that way we can stretch it higher up the post, and then that way we have more fence.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that the deer are going to be able to get under.
There is no way a deer is going to fit underneath that. I mean, there's like no space.
Lee, you're rolling, Lee?
I'm rolling.
All right. We bought this fencing that we bought is 650 pound tensile per square foot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put zip ties that break at 50 pound, so that when tree branches fall on this, the zip ties will break off before the fencing breaks.
Deal.
Yeah. All right. And then once we get the bottom, then we can kind of pull and get it as taut as possible, so it doesn't look completely jankalicious. Yeah. We're going for. We will do. But we could fill in some dirt just where do you want to grab it. I don't think so I just want to go on record. 2 panels in, it's looking mighty fine. It's looking mighty fine.
So here's part of today's team. Trina, what exactly is your job here today?
I am zip tie security.
Zip tie security. Look at you with that.
Mm-hmm. So we're zip tying to one of these pre-existing lines. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy gig?
Pretty easy gig.
All right. Here's another member of our crew. What's your job today, Bri?
Well, I'm coming behind the main unit here. Pulling over the fence, and I am attaching the fence to the posts.
I see.
And making sure that it's all nice and clean.
And now I noticed that this is all one contiguous piece of mesh at this point. We're not cutting at every T-post?
No.
You want to explain that to me?
The plan is in places where there is more likelihood for a tree to fall on the fence. We'll make it in smaller sections.
But right here, since there is nothing above us?
It's just a lot faster to just have Mark keep spinning the fence out.
Great. And how many zip ties are you putting on?
As many as it needs. Usually about 4
per
post.
All right. Well, you're just trying to what?
Really, I'm just here to make sure all the slack is out and it's not like billowing out and looking bad.
Got it.
I have had to redo some of the zip ties that main unit has been putting in. So I'm from the quality control.
I see.
I'm the reason it's going to look good.
I feel like I'm reaching the main brain trust here for this project.
This is the main unit.
Yeah. So tell me what you're doing here, boys.
We're putting up the fence, honestly. Yeah, so things that we're looking for is straight lines.
Yep. Straight lines along the bottom, you mean?
Yep, enough slack on the bottom. And then we are watching the environment around us. So anytime that there's trees that inevitably are going to fall on the fence, we start breaking up into segments. So we're going to do 2 T-post panels as we go through the forest. And then once we get into the clearing on Cedar Ridge, we'll open it back up for longer stretches.
Got it.
Yep.
Alden, how does this compare to Army Chorin?
You know, there are better things, there are worse things. The bosses are a little meaner here. But I'm really just a fan of the YouTube channel. Very excited to be a part of it.
So, Mark, you are at the head of the line here.
I am.
Does that mean you have the most important job?
Kind of.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm overseeing a lot. The main one is I run the fence line.
I see.
And like we've all said, we watch the environment. And so I'm looking, see if there's enough trees. This one's dead, at risk to fall. This is how we make a segment. Yep, we cut there. So that it's easier to replace than if the whole fence went down.
So this is kind of like a factory where every person has their own specific job.
Their own specialty. Yeah, Henry Ford's pretty proud of us.
Yeah, well.
And so
I don't blame him. I'm proud of you too.
Running fence.
Here comes the general.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah, we're clear all the way to the corner.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
and I have repaired all of our current strands, so we're in good shape. I've got a few to move and fill in this gap.
Okay.
And then we're going to decide, are we doing an outside fence or are we actually going to extend with some PVC, which is I think what we're talking about doing, is PVC piping and then just doing a 7.5 foot fence.
So just totally
7.5.
bailing on the whole 3-dimensional thing?
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't succeeded with the 3-dimensional. Honestly, the way the 3-dimensional fencing works is when the outside low fence is electrified. And we haven't wanted to electrify the entire perimeter, still don't. And so it really kind of isn't working.
Correction.
So, yes, sir.
The outside fence works when the inside tall fence is tall enough to do all of the work.
Yeah, right. Good point. Good point.
Steve, I hate to get you in this clear moment of unhappiness,
Yeah.
but what have you just discovered?
Something is eating the bottom of our fence. Our reinforced, expensive, actual poly 650 pound per square foot real critter fencing that
That
we've
we
been
haven't
running.
even finished putting up yet?
No, we're 40%. We're 40% with the first rung, and then we're either running it up here or doing this 3-dimensional fence that hasn't even been determined, and something is chewing through our fence.
That's like a whole new problem that we haven't even encountered yet.
Yeah, and that's an unfixable problem.
What would chew through the fence?
Anything with teeth.
But
Rabbit, gopher, raccoon, the fisher things, fox.
really?
Yeah.
They would work that hard to get through the fence?
Well, if they got tangled into it, I even think deer would chew through the fence. So.
Well, what are we going to do about that?
Well.
We're going to ignore it and hope it doesn't ever happen again?
Oh, it's going to happen wherever they decide they want to cross over.
So we're going to ignore it and just let it happen?
Well, I honestly, I
know.
have no
It's too close. It's too soon.
I have no words.
Don't ask me all these questions.
We also should say that I can see the pole barn. That's how little progress we've made. I can actually see the pole barn.
See the pole barn through there, people?
Oh,
Let's see.
yeah. And it's too far to try to fence.
I can't really see the pole barn. I'm too short. Oh, there's the red.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too far to think about fencing with hardware cloth. What is it?
Hardware cloth.
So I think we'll just have pockets where there are holes.
Well, hopefully just very small animals will come through there.
Yeah, I'm fine with small animals.
Right. Just very small animals. Very small, cute animals will come through our new hole.
All I can say about this is thank goodness I have my chainsaw, because I definitely need to take out my frustration with my chainsaw now. So me and my, what is this, 545 Mark II, we're gonna do.
You're gonna go
damage.
do some rage cutting?
Yes, rage cutting.
Okay. All right. Have fun.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. So what do we have here, Steve?
Definite intrusion by deer this time. The other one, maybe the deer chewed through it, but they can just push.
Yeah.
We have not staked it down, right? We're just first doing the first blush of this.
Yeah.
But we just came to this and I'm like, well, this is weird. The whole corner has been ripped out. That's because you can see, I don't know, can you take a picture of how this is a clear deer run?
Yeah, this is a deer
So
path
the deer
here.
run came and then they just pushed right through. So yet again, demonstrating that them touching this stuff, they don't care literally at all. Like Not at all. So clearly we're going to need more zip ties towards the bottom. And now 110% we have to have the outside fence.
Because you were thinking maybe we don't need the outside fence.
I was thinking maybe we just make this higher, but this is just not going to do it. Not at all.
Okay, I'm just going to mention a problem that I see.
Yeah.
The outside fence.
Yeah.
We can't get there.
Yeah, no, we can easily get through because we'll start from the pole barn and we'll just be on the outside when we do the outside fence. We'll just be out here. And we'll tie up to
But later on, when we're trying to maintain that outside fence, how are we going to get there?
Starting on the outside. We have a huge gate over the driveway. We would just start from the outside and then walk the outside in between the two fences. So that's the hardest part of this whole thing, because pan up. There's a cherry tree that is clearly going to fall over the fence, and pan to the oak that is a dead oak, right there. That dead oak, all of those limbs are going to fall on the fence. So the hardest part of this whole project is the maintenance of said fence, even if the deer aren't pushing through it. But
does this mean for the rest of my life we're going to be spending our summers fencing?
Well, until we give up and acknowledge that despite all of the time, and now with this stuff, money, we're losing the battle. So I don't know. We did sections specifically because we knew that said trees are going to fall on here, and so then rather than have the whole, hundreds of feet come and get pulled down and ripped, we said, well, this would just be a 20-foot section.
Yeah.
I'm still in favor of that, but it is clear that a whole day is going to have to be spent putting dozen zip ties on the bottom, because this,
so that they can't push through.
Yeah,
because this was just one zip tie holding it.
It's two at least. See, broken.
Oh, those are zip ties. Okay.
And so it pulled it through. So we've already said, we've admitted we're 0 for 8. This is the 9th version of this fence. And I'm not saying 0 for 9. I clearly we're on our way to 0 for 9, but it's not fair to say 0 for 9 because we only have 40% of this low part done. We haven't reinforced. There's going to be a wire here and a wire here to fill this space in, and then there's going to be.
We have the whole exterior fence, which is non-existent right here.
Non-existent right here. So that's the thing, is here's a existing deer run.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do.
You can see it comes right and then it goes off into
so
the
what we're
forest
going to
there.
do is we're going to take some of this stuff that I clear cut, and we're going to throw that over the fence and at least slow them down. And then we'll also divert them a little bit, because they're just coming straight through here and they're saying, oh, look, Steve and Lee decided that they were going to do something a little more substantial than the weeny little wires that had no impact. Well, it's not true. We've gone from 28 deer to now most of the time we see 3 or 4. Yesterday we got to see 8 or 9 at once. So yeah. We're getting to what we know would work is an 8-foot fence that is metal. That's priced out at like $20 a foot, and we've got too many feet. I'm not even going to say the number. So that's not going to be an option. And then the other one is electrifying it, and that also is not going to happen. I'm not electrifying.
We're not running electricity through our woods, because a spark would set everything on fire.
Right. We might just put up a sign during deer season. Come here, hunters.
Oh, I thought we were going to get a no deer crossing sign and put that up.
No,
And then the deer would see it and go away.
I think we are going to become the main supplier of venison. You can see my attitude right now.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good, baby.
Well, and again, the frustrating thing is that this is not even is not meant to be a permanent exclusionary fence. It's meant to be 7 to 10 years of exclusion. Get in here and
do our
have
things.
clearings that then bring more of the actual forest to bear here. So 1 step forward, at least a dozen steps back. All right, so we've walked 25 feet. And in those 25 feet, I've gotten further dehydrated because you can see that I'm in full battle gear here.
And it's only like 90 degrees out here.
It's going to be 90 degrees, but it's already 100% humidity. But in that dehydration, heading towards heat stroke delirium that I get with these projects, in 25 feet, my attitude, I've spun it to the positive.
I see.
It wasn't a deer that crashed through the fence there. It was one of those cute little bear cubs.
Oh.
And the bear cubs are welcome. So that's what I'm going with.
What are you going to do when the bear mama follows the cute little bear cub right through our fence?
I'm going to fix the fence behind bear mama. So that's what I'm going with. Not a deer. It was the bear cub. We've seen a couple of them. And that is what decided that it needed to be inside our property again. So that's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to that. There's 2. It is gonna be, I'll tell you what the much more permanent solution is gonna be.
Yeah.
See all of this brush?
Yeah.
All of this brush is gonna end up in between in this area. And it's just gonna be this tangled mess of crapola, which will make fixing these things way more difficult. But everywhere we see a deer path, we're just gonna fill in and use the buckthorn that is in Europe used as a hedge. And we were going to come and we were going to treat some of this stuff. We're also not going to do that. We'll actually purposefully weave it in, make it so it doesn't grow and lift it, but actually weave the plant into the fence line. Same thing on the prairie. Let the grasses come in and lock it into place. That's what I'm thinking in the here and now.
So,
and then we can go on the outside and position this better than that. And again, we'll just be filling in. Of course, they're going to come around, but as we fill it in, it will become, more and more impenetrable. And we have literally a complete endless supply of buckthorn brush. So that's and it's, how much that costs? Nothing, free.
it's years off our life.
Oh, no. This stuff, cutting buckthorn, the best, 110% best mental health therapy that you can do. There is nothing better. Come out into the woods, get a chainsaw or your two-handed brush cutter and cut buckthorn. Definitely the best.
We got a lot of it. So we're on the back fence line here, and I just thought I'd show you how much damage our fence has taken. Like all that, there's that string, and there's that string, and all that in the middle is just open. And our outside fence, you can see the step-in posts that we have set there. No wires left between any of the step-in posts. Ugh.
So took down about a 8-inch, maybe closer to 9-inch diameter buckthorn, and a whole bunch of other ones. You can see it crashed down on the fence. And then in the background, there was about a 15-inch diameter box elder. Put that down on the other side of the fence. So doing just a before, and now I'm going to do the cleanup. But this is what takes all the time, is cleaning this area up. So this is the before, and then I'll do the after. All right, there's that stump of the buckthorn. Don't really get an appreciation of how big it is, but it was big, and it was a lot of brush. And now you can see this whole corner is completely opened up. All that other buckthorn will be easy to take down with my brush cutter when I get it back from the shop. And then you can see we are piling all of the brush on the outside and kind of creating that external fence line with brush. And I think we're just going to have a never-ending job of throwing brush over the fence line.
Look, you guys. Can you see that? Well, I keep getting my glove in the way. See that right there? That is a big old grapevine. It is not a tree. See how it's not attached to the ground?
You want to Tarzan off it?
Do I want to Tarzan off it? The answer to that is no. You know why?
No, why?
Because the last time I Tarzaned on a grapevine, which is, of course, what everybody would want to do in that situation,
Yeah.
I had to go to the doctor, and then I had to go to physical therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good rotator cuff injury, huh? All right, so.
You getting us in all of our hot, sweaty glory?
Yeah, it is really hot, really humid.
It is.
And we are done. So
I'm pretty happy with what we got done.
we made good progress. You can see behind us we got a nice clear lane. That was Lee's work.
I worked
Nice
hard on
job.
that. Yeah.
And then
I learned how to fix my chainsaw.
yeah, you got your chainsaw fixed and by yourself. And this is the corner that I was working on. These were some big buckthorn back in here in box elder. And now it's wide open for us to do the critter fence. So we probably did what, a few hundred feet?
If even.
If even.